So f of x, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, a, b, and c are handy for the quadratic formula you had today. It's going to be handy for today. The things we need to find are the vertex. It's going to be a little different because there's no vertex form here. The axis of symmetry, I'll write it out. That will come directly from your vertex. Your y-intercept actually is already there, so we'll be able to get that directly. The x-intercepts you are going to get from the quadratic formula, if it has any. So I'm going to do it like that. I don't think I did it that way the other day, but x-intercepts, I put s in parentheses. It may have two, it may just have one, it may have no real ones. Let's write quadratic formula there. Now, I was going to do 3. I don't have time, but we'll still just do it. We're going to do 1 on the front, and then we'll just do 2 in here. So number 1 is going to be f of x is equal to negative x squared minus 4x. Now, a is 1. Oh, a is negative 1. B is negative 4. And then your c is 0. Now, on theirs I wrote plus 0. But see, there's no c there if you want to put plus 0 out there, because there is no constant. So vertex, we can't do a whole lot for right now. I guess we may as well just go ahead and talk about it. Okay, what's going to happen here is where you're going to have to start with, let's see, where we want to do with this. How did I write that in the notes? Okay, let's put parentheses, and we're going to put negative out front, and we're going to put a b over 2a, comma, blank. So this is going to be arithmetic. This is going to be calculator trace. Okay, so this is what you have to do first. The x of the vertex, does not give it to you. Okay, put you a negative. That's a negative out front. Then you're going to put the b on top, and you're going to put 2 times a on your bottom. And we'll just fit the graph in. I fit it over here. I kind of did my work down the page, so I guess I'll just keep doing it this way. So I'm going to go across with this one. So I've got my negative on the bottom. I've got b, which is a negative 4 on top. And I've got 2 times negative 1 out on the bottom. Okay, now you still got your negative out front. You've got a negative 4 on the top, and you got a negative 2 on the bottom. Now, can you tell me what that's going to end up being? What's negative 4 over negative 2? What's negative divided by negative? Okay, what's a negative divided by negative? A positive. So you get, but then it's all times negative 1. So it's negative 1, that's that negative, times positive 2, which is negative 2. So you got to remember there's a negative out front, and then you've got your b over 2a. So this became positive 2, and that's a negative 1. So the hardest part about this is the signs. So the x is negative 2. We won't know the y. You either have to put it in here and do the arithmetic, or we can do trace, and we're going to use the trace key to find that. Okay, we'll come back and do that. Now, do we know the axis of symmetry? Yes. The axis of symmetry is x equals whatever your x of your vertex is. That's less than 33. See, you haven't done 33, so that's where you're hurting. Okay, y-intercept. Now, this is where life is really easy, because the y-intercept, we'll go back up here, is going to be the ordered pair 0, c. Look, it's that number right there. 0 will always be the x, and c will be the y. So 0 for the x. And what is c? 0. So it's going to be 0, 0 for the y-intercept. X-intercepts, there will be 2. Allie asked me last block, can we just look at the graph? Yes. If you can't tell, we can do the quadratic formula. And I really want you to know how to do that with the quadratic formula. So, and there will be 2 on this one. Now, with all the information, we still can't do anything until we know what our vertex is. So let's go to our calculator. And let's type this lovely y equals equation. Okay. Negative, pay attention to negatives and minuses. So negative x, use your squared key, minus 4x. If you want to put the 0 in, you can. Remember, your x is your little xt alpha mode key right here next to alpha. You should still be in standard window. If you're not sure, you can do zoom 6, hit graph. Okay. Now, I didn't mention this, but see, a was -1, so we know it was going to open down, and we know that we're going to go down 1, which is the a, and then over 1. We'll go down 1, -1, and then we always go 1 to the left and 1 to the right. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, we still don't know what this point is. We got to find that. Now, when I hit trace, remember what it gives me? It gives me my y-intercept. Is the y-intercept what we wrote? There it is, 0, 0. And look, they show it to you. That's also an x-intercept, so I don't know if this was the best problem to do first, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, remember what trace does for you. If you type, look what I'm pointing at. If you type in an x, it will give you the y. So type -2. And it will tell you the y, and it will show you where it is. And what is that? What's that number right there? 4. So now we know the vertex, and we can graph it. Can you find you a place to squeeze it in? You don't need much below it, so I'm going to do it something like this. Okay, so I'm going to go, what is it? -2, +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My stretch is -1, so we're going to go down 1 and then over 1. Because I already know the y-intercept is the origin, I'm going to go ahead and mark that. So I know that it's going to go through 0, 0. Now, Allie said, and you can do this, I want you to look at it. She said, can we just look at the graph and know it crosses at 0, 0 and at -1, 2, 3, 4, 0. And that is absolutely true. Your x-intercepts are 0, 0 and -4, 0. But I want you to be able to, if you can't tell what they are, if they're fractions, then you have to do something else more specific. And you can do the quadratic formula. You can just do program, just like you did on quiz today. Quadratic, and the ABC was -1, -4, 0. -1, -4, 0. And look, it tells me the two x's are negative. Look, there they are, -4 and then 0. Now, those are, it's not -4, 0. That's not that 0. These are your x solutions. So -4 is that -4, 0 is that one. So this probably wasn't the best problem to do to start with because that's a little confusing. But those are those 2 points, which are these 2 points right there. You have a little more algebra to it.